Welcome back, fellow travelers! In today's video, we're diving into the amazing Venice. The city built on 118 islands, connected by a network of canals and bridges, today is one of the most visited destinations in Europe. You're short on time and have just one day to explore? Don't worry, with our expert tips and tricks, we've cracked the code on how to make the most of your one-day trip to Venice. Let's get right into it. If you want to explore Venice in a day, then arriving early in the morning is essential. So, how do you get to this beautiful city? You can fly to the Marco Polo airport, located just 12 kilometers from Venice. From there, it's easy. Take either the ACTV or ATVO bus, the Ali Laguna boat service, or a private taxi to the city's center. If you're coming from places outside of Venice, taking a train to the city's core is a breeze and easy on your wallet. Alternatively, if you decide to go by bus, your final destination will be Piazzale Roma, the city's main bus station. Venice is also a popular destination for cruises and has several catamaran lines connecting to multiple destinations. As travelers from Croatia, our options were either a bus or a fast ferry from Istrian cities like Poreč and Pula. If you're staying overnight in Venice, then you might be wondering about Venice's accommodation options and best places to stay at. In this city, you will be spoiled for choices, as it offers something for every budget and preference. Venice is a car-free zone, so if your accommodation is in the center, you might need to navigate the narrow streets and passages with your suitcases. However, don't let that discourage you. Take your time to explore Venice's gorgeous labyrinths and expect a pleasant surprise around every corner. With your luggage securely settled in your accommodation, you're now free to roam the captivating corners of Venice. Before we start with sightseeing, it's good to know how to easily get around Venice. With its intertwining canals, getting from one place to another might seem like a hassle. However, Venice is a completely walkable city. With about 400 bridges crossing its landscape, moving around is easier than you think. Intentionally getting lost in Venice is something you have to experience. However, if you're tired and don't feel like roaming around, you'll see signs pointing to the main attractions all over the walls around town. And while you're exploring, keep an eye out for the seagulls. Although they don't look scary, they tend to steal food. If you want to cover more areas but walk less, hop on a vaporetto. These water buses are a great way to save time and money while connecting all the city's ski spots. For a touch of magic, consider gliding through Venice's canal network on a gondola ride. As an iconic symbol of Venice, gondolas are primarily used for sightseeing rather than practical transportation. This unique experience is found only here, so its high price may be justified. The most popular boarding points are near St. Mark's Basilica and the Grand Canal. Unless you book a gondola tour in advance, it's good to know they only accept cash payments. Exploring Venice in one day is absolutely doable, especially if you arrive in the city early in the morning hours. The majority of attractions are conveniently located within walking distance. Just as we did when visiting Rome, our main priority was to explore the most iconic landmarks of the city. That's why we started our day with the Church of the Saints Jeremiah and Lucy. It is renowned for being one of the most admirable examples of Venetian Gothic architecture. The facade is decorated with intricate details such as pointed arches and sculpted reliefs. However, we found the interior more appealing due to its sacred atmosphere. Also, the relics of St. Lucy are displayed inside, which are a key reason people come to visit. Visiting the church first thing in the morning is a smart thing to do since it closes by 1 p.m. The hardest part of our trip was reaching St. Mark's Square. It took us around 30 minutes of walking from the church to finally get there, but once we did, it was so worth it. Piazza San Marco, as Italians call it, is a must-visit in this amazing city. It is a breathtaking site bordered by elegant buildings, including the magnificent St. Mark's Basilica and the Doge's Palace. A visit to these iconic sites should take no longer than 2.5 hours in total. Regardless of whether you go alone or on a guided tour, experiencing both is essential. For spectacular views of the surroundings, get to the top of St. Mark's Campanile. Rising over 98 meters tall, this bell tower offers a great view of the city's skyline and the surrounding lagoon. After the sightseeing, feel free to catch a break on the piazza. It's always bustling with activity, whether it's the chatter of tourists or the melodies of street musicians. We wandered the city center all afternoon, visiting some of the most famous spots like the Rialto Bridge, the oldest of the 4 bridges spanning the Grand Canal. Other notable attractions you may want to visit if you have only one day are the Church of St. Simeon Piccolo and Fondaco dei Tedeschi. All over Venice, you'll stumble upon charming shops that showcase beautiful handmade masks and delicate Murano glass creations. These treasures offer visitors a glimpse into the city's rich artistic heritage. Before we conclude today's video, we have to mention Libreria Acqua Alta. If only we knew about it during our visit. This enchanting bookstore is famous for keeping their books in bathtubs and gondolas to protect them against flooding. Not only that, but the bookstore adopted several cats that roam freely and make a great companion for taking pictures. Unfortunately, we missed out on this book haven, but that alone is a great excuse to come back. So, what's the best time to visit Venice? Peak season runs from April to June. Since the city buzzes with tourists, navigating around may be hard. Saying that Venice can get overcrowded would be an understatement. That's why, since April 25th, 2024, every visitor has been required to pay an entry fee in a bid to combat over-tourism. Considering a winter visit to Venice, you'll find fewer tourists, making it easy to explore all the city has to offer. However, the weather can make outdoor activities less enjoyable. Fog tends to obscure views, and heavy rain can add to floods caused by acqua alta, or high waters in English. This phenomenon typically occurs between October and February. Venice's water levels rise so much that they flood parts of the city. If you do decide to go during the off-season, check the weather forecast in advance. That's all for our Venice adventure. We hope this video helped you gain some insight into the things to do in this beautiful city. If you have any questions or thoughts you would like to share, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Until next time!